for Calgary-Northern Hills.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. In mid-March, the second annual North Central High School rally was held on the site reserved for future CB High School in Calgary-Northern Hills. At the rally, residents made it clear that it was our turn. Budget 2018's and subsequent school funding announcements contained good news. To the Minister of Education, residents of Calgary-Northern Hills are excited that the North Calgary High School received design funding in Budget 2018, but want to know what exactly is design funding. Thank you.
The Honourable Minister of Education.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you very much for the question. Design funding is money to be provided to ensure that a school board starts drawing blueprints and would exactly make the plans to become the school come to life. This process takes up to about a year. For example, last year we announced design funding for an elementary school in Lethbridge, and lo and behold, it was a fully funded project in Budget 2018. So it's a great indication of a school being built in that particular area, and I thank you for your advocacy.
First supplemental.
And thank you, Mr. Speaker. In a constituency where census data tells us 20,000 residents are under the age of 18, school spaces are of top of mind. Given that many attending the recent rally had advocated for over a decade for the high school to be built, what are the next steps in the process to ensure that design funding is delivered, and what should residents expect to see?
Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And certainly we can see that there's a fast-growing population in elementary school and junior high, so it's inevitable and necessary to build this high school. It takes about between 38 to 48 months to go through the entire process, but the process has started now, Mr. Speaker, drawing the blueprints, getting a design that is not just functional, but is meeting the needs of students and will be a wonderful positive addition to the neighborhood is all part of what we're planning to do with this project.
Supplemental.
And thank you, Mr. Speaker. Finally, having attended the school funding announcements in spring 2017, it was good to hear that an elementary school was approved for Coventry Hills, providing a designated school closer to home for hundreds of the community's 5 to 9-year-olds. In addition, this new school eases capacity pressures on other schools in the area. Given the school's importance to the community, to the Minister of Education, is there an update on the construction progress of the new elementary school?
Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And yes, Coventry Hills Elementary School is in its design phase right now, and we'll go to tender, and construction will start straight away after that. And we know how desperately we do need these schools across the province. We're in the midst of the biggest infrastructure built in the history of the province. As an indication, Mr. Speaker, of the sense of optimism and hope for the future. People are settling down, having kids. We're building schools to meet that needs, to make life better for Alberta families. Thanks.
Honourable Member for